Today's my birthday. And this morning, as I sat at my desk with my tarot cards and my crystals and my trophies, there it was. One of my trophy tags was number 39. Today I turned 39. It felt like a divine wink, like all of heaven gathered around me saying, "We see you." So I lit the same candle I light every morning during my meditation ritual and began to settle into meditation. And just as I turned around, all the flames had gone out. No wind, no draft, just extinguished. Turns out all the wicks had burned down. The candle had simply run its course. But in that moment, it felt like someone blew out the candles for me, as if God had said, "Your wish is already granted." And yet, my next thought came with a grin. Is this psychic or is this psychosis? Because in 2016, when the veil first tore open, it felt like I was splintering. And here I am again at 39, standing on that sacred seam, discerning between divine insight and mental instability. So let me tell you a story. In 2016, something happened that cracked me open. Not a gentle unfolding, not a peaceful awakening. No, it felt like madness. Like the scaffolding of my identity was suddenly on fire, and the fire was holy. I thought I was losing my mind, but really, I was finally meeting my soul. See, we have two words in English, psychic and psychotic. And most people think that they live on opposite ends of a hospital hallway. But would you believe me if I told you both words begin in the same place? The Greek word psyche, meaning breath, life, soul. Psychic means of the soul. Psychosis also means a soul state. But add a little Latin, a little modern medicine, and a little fear of what we don't understand, and suddenly one is a gift and the other is a curse. One is exalted and the other is pathologized. But what if both are thresholds? What if both are invitations? When my psychic senses came online, it wasn't gentle. It was fire. It was frequency. It was truth so loud it couldn't be unheard. I started hearing things. No, not voices, but truths. Scripture leapt off the page. Dreams turned and burned in technicolor. People's pain showed up in my body before they spoke a word. And for a second, I wondered if I was really going mad. But then I looked to Scripture, and what did I see? Elisha, mocked as a bald-headed madman. Jeremiah, beaten and bound for his visions. Jesus, his own family said he's out of his mind. And Paul, called crazy from too much learning. Even the tongues at Pentecost, thought to be drunken nonsense. So maybe madness is just a name we give to revelation that doesn't fit our theology. And then there's Mary Magdalene. 7 demons, they said. But what if those weren't just spirits? What if they were initiations? 7 layers she passed through. 7 veils of trauma and truth. 7 doors she had to walk through before becoming the first to witness resurrection. Because 7 is completion. 7 is sacred. 7 is the number of heaven on earth. She wasn't just healed. She was commissioned. She wasn't a sideshow. She was the apostle to the apostles. And science? even neuroscience says this now, that mystical experiences look a lot like madness if you don't have the framework. The default mode network, the part of the brain that manages your sense of self, shuts down during both psychosis and revelation. In psychedelics, in mania, in mystic trance, the ego dissolves. But what rises in its place? That's the question. If it's peace, if it's truth, if it's a love that terrifies and heals in the same breath, then no, beloved, that's not a break. That's a breakthrough. So today, on the edge of reason and spirit, if you've ever asked, am I losing it? Maybe you are. But only the parts of you that were never truly you. Maybe the candle blew out on your desk not to say it's over, but to whisper, it is finished. Your wish was received. Now go become it. You're not broken. You're breaking through. You're not insane. You're being initiated. You're not psychotic. You're prophetic. And the soul, the psyche, the breath of God within you, it knows the difference. Let it lead you. Be loved and beloved, beloved.